Mr. Potato, do you adhere to the 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight rule? That's a tricky question. That's a fucking tricky question. This question should be followed by, are you on a caloric surplus? Or are you fucking fat as fuck right now? If you are fat, bro, you can go way lower on your fucking protein intake because you are going to be providing so much energy to your body through your fucking fat and through the rest of your fucking diet, if you are on a surplus, for instance, that you can go a little bit lower on the protein side of the equation. You can go to 0.5, you can go to 0.7, okay? But if you are going to a deficit and you are already significantly lean, let's say you are at 20% body fat and you want to drop down to 15, then adequate protein ingestion becomes really, really important. You need to be eating more protein. One, to trigger protein synthesis. Just the mere fact of ingesting protein already triggers protein synthesis and helps your body maintain the muscle mass that it already has and will potentially be decomposed while you are trying to diet down. So it's pretty important to maintain a higher concentration of protein available in the bloodstream, so you have amino acids to build new muscle and to maintain the muscles that you already have. The muscles are always recycled. I think it's every 3 months. All the protein structures in your entire body are completely recycled. So it's important to maintain, especially when you are going in a deficit and you are emphasizing losing fat. It's important to keep the protein intake a little bit higher. So 1 gram of protein is pretty adequate, but a little bit more. If I was the person dieting, I would go a little bit higher, but that's just because I fucking love eating protein. I don't pay taxes to eat more protein, although I do pay taxes to eat more protein, but I love fucking protein, bro. I'm eating liver and eating chicken hearts and beef and fucking pork chops all day. I love that shit. So 1 gram of protein is probably the best idea if you are on a deficit. If you are going through a surplus or you are on a deficit but you are gigantically fat, don't worry too much about it. You can eat a little bit less. So keep at 0.5 to 1, and if you are on a deficit, maybe 1 or 1.5. Oh, let me see what the chat has to say. Lol, Potato, your knowledge is awesome. Haha, thank you. Your straightforward answers are great and your passion is evident. It makes your answers extremely entertaining as well as informative. Thank you for your efforts. Let's go, boys! That's it, bro. I fucking love this shit, man. I don't even feel the time passing, you know? I get tired because thinking in English is a little bit hard for me right now because I kind of listen it in Portuguese and do an auto-translate. I listen to what I'm about to say in Portuguese in my head and then I'm translating it live. That's why I hate all these words in the kind of with slightly with bad pronunciation. Oh, let's see what Aaron has to say. What are your thoughts on intuitive eating? Oh yeah, bro, that's the way to go. I have gotten away with it for bulking, but I imagine it's even harder for a cut. Listen, intuitive eating is the way to go. You guys will always hear me bashing on people that count macros, okay? But I'm going to play devil advocate for counting macros here. Spending 3 months or 4 months counting every single macronutrient that you ingest will empower you with the ability to identify the content, the protein content, the macronutrient content, the calorie content of almost anything that you put your sights on. Unless you are extremely dumb as fuck and you just don't pay attention to what you are logging in your fucking logbook. But if you do pay attention and you look, hey, beets have this much glycemic index, the beets has this many calories, beets has this many proteins, this many carbs, then you start to just by looking at a food and knowing pretty much like its textures and stuff, and you already pretty much knows where are you going to be with that piece of food. For instance, you take a look at a fatty cut of meat or take a look at some fatty fish, and you already know, hey, this is probably 70% protein and 30% fucking fat. So yeah, it's awesome to count macros, to count calories for a while, for you to learn, for you to grab the knowledge of what is inside the foods that you are eating, what you are choosing. And after you have that knowledge, then intuitive eating is the way to go because, man, nothing pays more than sanity, okay? OCDing about stuff is insanity, bro. You are going to affect your social life. Your social life is extremely important for how your body functions. So you can't be all that crazy about counting fucking calories and counting fucking macros. Just know, hey, each 3 meals, each time I do 3 fucking awesome meals where I'm going to be eating mostly vegetables, mostly meats, and on the fourth meal, bro, it's pizza, bro. It's fucking pork chops full of barbecue. I don't give a single shit. I already did three clean meals. It's time to go for that dirty one, you know? And you can lose all the fat that you want following that. The strategy that I like the most to cut the fucking fat is just ramp up cardio and fuck the world. One way to intuitively know that you are introducing a fucking cut, okay? First thing is probably using intermittent fasting is pretty good. But before you take your first meal of the day, you need to feel, you know, when your stomach is completely empty and you feel that you have full control of it, and like you can really tight it up and you feel that your fucking stomach is absolutely empty. At least once a day, feel that way. Okay? Use intermittent fasting and make sure that once a day you are in complete control of your fucking stomach. There's nothing inside it, you feel it tight as fuck. It doesn't mean that you are already fucking losing fat, but it's an intuitive cue for you to know that at least you are letting your fucking digestive system complete its entire cycle, you know? And it's the way that I cut. I cut like that. I just make sure that at least once a day I'm feeling in full control of my abs and I ramp up my fucking cardio. So these days, every day I'm running like 30 minutes. 30 minutes eliminates about 500 calories for me. If I wanna lose more weight, I just ramp up to 45 minutes and then I'm destroying 700 calories. If I want to destroy 1,000 calories, then I just ramp up to 1 hour a day, and that's it, bro. It's way easier than counting anything, bro.